Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Charee, also known as Naturally Charee. And on today's video, we are going to talk about early signs of pregnancy. And I mean before your missed period can give you the indicator. Now, let me first say, I am not a doctor or a medical professional. I am simply telling you the symptoms that I experienced before finding out that I was pregnant. So, assuming and also thinking that these are typically the early signs of pregnancy prior to your first missed period. So, if you are wondering what those symptoms are, or if you might be pregnant, keep watching this video. Maybe we'll find out. Boom. The very first symptom. Now look, I have to look back, to really see what my symptoms were and see if they were tied to pregnancy. So my very first symptom that I experienced was extreme tiredness. Like I was just so tired. Like I'm normally a early riser. I wake up early in the morning. I'm up by 7, 8 o'clock and I'm getting my day started. But when I was starting to think I was pregnant, I was starting to sleep like a lot later. I was sleeping in. I was going to bed early. Like I had gotten to bed one day at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And this was before daylight savings time when it was pitch black outside. The sun was literally out. And I'm climbing into the bed because I just felt so tired. Like I just needed to sleep. I remember one morning I woke up and I literally went right back to sleep for a nap because I just felt so tired. So extreme tiredness is a huge indication of pregnancy because your body is trying to, do its thing and generate a embryo, well, a baby. And so at this time, your body's doing all of the things to create. Do I know what all of those things are off the top of my head? No, I don't. But I know that it's doing things. I know that things are happening down there and that a baby's being formed. So I was just really fucking tired. My body just could not hang with all the things that were being. The second symptom that led me to believe that I was pregnant were my breast got very swollen and it just very much so were tender to the touch. Now, this one can be tricky because people will have this symptom with their period symptoms, okay? So for me, when I have my period, I will feel like tenderness in my nipples sometimes, and it'll be, it'll hurt to the touch or it'll be tender to the touch. But this was kind of on a different level, I'll say. It was my entire boob. My entire boob hurt. Like anytime my wife would hug me or rub against me or press down on them, like it hurt. Like it was painful. And I don't know if other people experience that, that level of discomfort when they're having their period. But I definitely felt it and it was painful for me. And I noticed that they were just swelling up a little bit. And I have relatively small, well, not relatively small breasts. I have very small breasts. I had like a smooth A cup. Well, I did. And they are a B cup now. Wild. But I have, an A cup. And I noticed that they were just like really filling up. And I'm like looking down at them and I'm like, I have breasts, like they're breasts and they're big. And I had to start putting on a bra. And it was weird because I don't normally wear them because I don't have any breasts. And so I never had to. And I was just like, they hurt. They were swollen. They were, sensitive to the touch. And that was like a really huge indicator that something more was going on. But again, could be attributed to your period. So people might not think so much into it to really think that they are pregnant. The third symptom that I experienced, I don't know if this was truly a symptom or again, if it was in my head, but I don't really have cravings during this pregnancy. I just kind of want to eat a little bit of everything. I don't have like specific things that I crave, I don't think. But when I first, at the beginning, when I thought I was pregnant, I remember looking, it's so funny. I remember looking over at my wife and saying, damn, I really want some Subway. And she like did this slow turn and was like, who the fuck wants Subway? And I mean, I eat Subway here and there, but like to be outward craving it, like I got out of my bed at 9 o'clock to go get Subway, and then they were closed, so I had to drive to another Subway that was open to get a sub. And it was just wild because I would normally in a million years would not want Subway. Now, that was freakishly early to have a craving, and it could have been very well in my head, but I'm gonna let it rock for the sake of this video because it was definitely a part of my journey and a part of the reason why I thought I was pregnant. So I was like, I have cravings. I'm clearly pregnant right now. Right now I'm pregnant. So cravings, again, I don't know how early those typically start or how long they last, but I definitely went on like a binge for like 2 weeks of just, I wanted Subway. I just wanted Subway. The last thing that happened to me that let me know that I was pregnant was, and this was actually what made me get the pregnancy test, was this last time. I gained like 9 pounds in like a week. Okay. Now, again, attributed to period, we fluctuate as women in between a scale of about 0 to 5 pounds. It's normally where we're going to be at. Okay. So when I'm saying I'm seeing 9 to 11 pound increase, I was like, that was a hefty amount to gain in such a short time. And again, my period's not here. Okay. So my period was expected, but it was expected to come in, I think, a couple of days. But it wasn't time for my period yet. But I still very well felt bloated. Like I felt large. So I got on the scale and I was like, I think I just gained like 9-10 pounds right now. Like I'm literally 9-10 pounds heavier than I was than last week. Okay. And I remember I mentioned this to one of my friends who has been pregnant and has now, has a child, was like, girl, you might be pregnant. And I was like, what? Excuse me. And that very night I went out and I got a pregnancy test and was like, okay, we about to know once and for all because it's too much. Like I could not for the life of me believe that I was pregnant because again, a lot of people don't get pregnant on their first try. Like a lot of people don't genuinely see pregnancy, the first try that they try with insemination. So I was like, there's no way I'm pregnant yet. But the more the symptoms kept piling on, I was like, pregnant. And then after that, got the test, went to the store. I went to the store and bought like 3 different pregnancy tests. I needed to be sure, you guys. I needed to be sure. So I went to the store, I picked up a pregnancy test, and it had 2 lines on it. And I was like, I know a lot of people get emotional. I did not really get emotional. I think I was like in shock because again, I did not think that I was going to get pregnant so fast. So I was in shock. I just kind of looked at it and was just kind of like, there's a baby inside of me right now. And I showed it to my wife, and of course she was very excited, and we were just like, we're pregnant right now. I'm legitimately pregnant. It was wild. So, went ahead, started booking those appointments to get my pregnancy confirmation to make sure that everything was okay and everything was fine. But those are the symptoms that I think will really give it away for you, especially the sleepiness and the breast. Like, again, I don't know how many other people have that symptom when it comes to their period. So I think the hardest part is deciphering between your period and if it's potentially pregnancy. But of course, if it's followed by a missed period, you're probably pregnant. But guys, that was my video for today. Those were the early signs of pregnancy that I experienced, and I think that are a good indicator that you are pregnant. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional to give any of those advice. If you do think that you are pregnant, go to your doctor or take a pregnancy test to ensure that you are or you aren't. But those are the signs that I experienced, and I think they are good indicators of whether or not you are pregnant. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get more of this wonderful content that I have coming for you guys throughout this entire pregnancy journey. I love that you guys stayed here and watched the video for me. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.